There is this need for businesses to learn this particular principle I choose to call a million view principle. Before thinking of closing down your business in a situation whereby you've tried almost all your best and there is nothing working, the business isn't working so well. There is one thing I always encourage such a business to do before coming to a conclusion that it's time to get closed. It's time to shut down the business. And that is to give that business an exposure, a serious exposure. Make sure that the business is seen by 1 million people. This is very much achievable, and the results you can get from by doing that is something else. But by the way, you don't necessarily need to get to the junction, to the point where you are considering closing down your business before give a try to this practice, right? It's something that I can encourage you. If your business is at a peak at the moment, try to also maybe give this a consideration and see how powerful it can work for your business. Giving your business an exposure to as much as 1 million views is something that is very much possible. First, to talk about the possibility, it's it's workable with the use of ads, right? And yeah, it might not be cheap, but that might be the for the cost for retrieving that business, reviving that business, right? I had a sad story of one of our clients in the past who shut down the business for one reason or the other. But before closing down the business, I called him. I asked him this question, right? Like, because it came as I was heartbroken because it was one of the businesses. It's a tech company. Um, it's also they're into logistics, but they do well. For me, I can tell that they do well, and I feel the business needed patience. I feel the business needed more time. I felt the business. Take for instance, one of the reasons the guy gave for closing down the business is the cost of maintenance. I understand that it can be expensive. A courier business, delivering, running deliveries and all of that around the city. Today, it could be police people stopping the bike man for license, or the bike man crashing someone else's vehicle because of fuel and all of that. He emphasized on the cost of fuel. But today, we have a company like so we have a company like Shaldec. Shaldec doesn't own the bicycles. Instead, the bike man applies just like it is in boats, right? You can apply to be a merchant. So even if you want to own that, you can. Now we have electric bikes, right? That requires no use of fuel. You can make that consideration. So meaning that the business needed, if he was patient enough, although he mentioned that he's just tired, doesn't want to give any more trial, he just wants to do something different, right? But I knew that the business had potentials. I knew that the business had, future, but there was no. He wasn't really patient enough to see to the end. He wasn't. He wasn't. He was just ready to let go of everything. So sometimes the success we need is tied to we being patient to see that success come true. Sometimes the success we need is lying somewhere. Um, sometimes the success we need is in us being able to give the business exposure. Even in the Bible, it is said, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good work." Right. So first is visibility. They should see. Then people should be able to see what you have. People should be able to know about your business. It is possible those people do not know your business is existing. It is possible that there are people dying because they don't know about your product. It is possible that there are certain people that are in hardship because they don't know you exist. It is possible that there are people that are paying heavily looking for what you have. But the problem is you are not paying heavily to get that product to their hands. And how is that supposed to work? Somewhere again in the Bible it says, "How can you light a candle and put it in a cupboard? You should light it and put it out there for people to see. That product you have in your hand is the light that people need to see. That product you have in your hand is is the is a solution to the problem people have. If truly you have value, then you need to put out the value there. There are people that are being scammed on a daily basis in real estate. And the truth is that that particular property you're marketing could be the the bus stop. It could be the best deal someone may have ever seen in their life, right? So, but if only you can be persistent, if only you can choose to give this business serious, aggressive exposure. Use billboards, use metal ads, use TikTok ads, use Google ads. Get the business, get your product, get your service in the hands or even in front of the people that you needs to see it. That should be the first thing. Like I said, 1 million views. I'm not talking about 1 million likes. I'm talking about 1 million views. Give it to your business. Then we can say, oh, that this is not needed by anyone. Let's see out of there is this thing in the sales funnel, if you do understand better, that usually if 10,000 persons should see your ad, it is possible that maybe only 1,000 will click it. Now, if 1,000 clicks, it is possible that only 100 persons might be qualified for that particular property. Now, or product, or whatever it is, your ad. Now, out of that 100, take for instance, you are selling real estate. It might be only out of the 100, might be only 10 that might go for inspection. And out of the 10, it might be only one that will end up buying out of 10,000. Now, if you can beat 10,000, do 20,000, do 30,000, down to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, and a million, whatever it is going to cost you to give your business up to a million view exposure, should work much more than just a sales. But I will encourage you, whatever it is you're selling, try as much as you can to give your business million view exposure. If you think this challenged you, I would encourage you to put it into your next plan of action for your business. Give it 1 million view exposure. Just in case if you don't know, Brandsense is always here to help you, plan your advertising right. Remember, this is Brandogen, and this is the oxygen for business growth. Cheers.